Zach Gleason with StartupTrading.com, and I'm going to be going over a lesson here in the trend indicator, and how it can really help you once again stay in the trend, and then also looking for shorts or longs when we're super aggressive to one side or the other. We've had two great days, examples of being super aggressive to the long side on the prior day, which was Wednesday, and then today everything got erased and we moved on to the short side. So off the open in the NASDAQ here, 9:30 open, we're above the zero line. So above the zero line is positive on this indicator, and especially if we're just hanging out above it. So one of the things you'll notice is when we're hanging out above the zero line, the first move down or against that, we've been hanging out above the zero line basically since 8 o'clock. So 1 hour, 9 o'clock, 2 hours, 3, 4, 5, and almost 6 hours above the zero line, which is extremely bullish. When you get this sell indication, after hanging out above the zero line for so long, it's usually a good setup back to the upside or in the direction of the path of least resistance. And that is when you want to go in and look for a setup. And that setup would have been an extension here. So those of you guys who've studied my lessons and understand, an extension is a Fibonacci high to high sequence. So that 930 high to high, as we got that sell signal here, that was at like 210, we were coming down and we traded right into support. We traded right into support. I'm going to delete a couple of these draws, just make it a little easier to see. This high, too high, when you get that sell signal, that is actually when you start looking for that setup to happen. We traded that, and the next day we opened right on that profit target, and this same anchor new high got shattered in the morning as NVIDIA didn't hold, and we ended up doing the exact same thing to the downside, really off the open, we have just collapsed. We're starting to print sub-zero at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 hours, just aggressive selling. This was a huge bearish engulfing day. And then finally at 12:10, we get the first signal that we're above the zero line, but it's probably not going to last for long. So that's when, if you've been looking to get short, this is really, really hard to get short. This is really hard to get short because it's so aggressive. Unless you're just scalping to the downside, that first time we get that buy indication back above the parabolic SAR, you got a leg start, which is a 3-bar move higher. You got a swing mark, which is a 5-bar swing low, previous 5 bars higher, following 5 bars higher. These are all indicators that come on the package, the trend package. What we do then is we identify the last extension of run to its negative 100, and that was the low at 10:10. So when you get this signal on the bottom of your screen, you go back and you look, oh, okay, what is the extension that's going to trade? And here it's a 10:10. We saw it trade here. We saw it trade here. We draw it again to the low. A perfect setup here down into the end of the day from 15,040 to 14,890, 140 points, which would pay for this indicator over 6 times over on one NASDAQ contract. Just goes to show how it can be valuable. Same thing in the S&P 500, guys. We just get crushed. We're hanging out below the zero line, well over an hour. In fact, over 2 hours. And then finally here at 12:10, we get that reversal. What do we want to look for? We want to look for an extension. And this is something I took in the trade room. I took it on the, I mentioned it in the trade room today. I executed it. It was a swing low here, the low, too low, and that 38% retracement. Another thing I like to do is line up the resistance level with the previous leg start. You see how you got this leg start right at 11:30? Well, this zone here is also a great resistance level as well. So general resistance, if you look left of the screen, it's an extension, 38% retracement. And then we also get that signal to let us know, hey, this is the first pullback on the day. Start looking for a short because this has been aggressive to the downside. ES trades 23.5. We complete all the way down to 96. Once again, over $1,000. You'd pay for the indicator twice over in just one trade. So this is the Startup Trading Trend Indicator. I'm also just going to include all of the other indicators in a $300 off coupon for the rest of the month. So if you don't have any of my indicators, this is a great deal, but you're gonna get this trend indicator on the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna continue to make videos, show you how to use it. You get the ATR code, you get everything you see on my screen packaged together. And these yellow bars and these blue bars, which line up with the buy sell sequences, all the codes you have at the top here, swing marks, super helpful. So pull the trigger before August, guys. Definitely going to be cutting off the code, and then I'm just going to be combining all my indicators into one package from on. It's going to be $800, so it's $300 off right now. Use the coupon August. I think there might need to be a capital A in there. Let me know if you have any issues. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.